The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The human postponer. They were the master of one phrase. I'll circle back on that. But 3 months later, you were the one doing all their work and wondering how big that circle is. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can take the hiring load off your plate by automating the hiring busy work from the initial job post to scheduling interviews. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
This summer, say I do.
I am marrying a stranger.
Like never before.
Am I crazy?
It's a whole new Married at First Sight on Peacock.
Thank God I woke up in love.
With new experts.
My name is Dr. Lisa.
My name is Paul Brunson.
More couples.
This could be the start of a very successful marriage.
And more surprises.
Or maybe not.
Everything is just not enough.
You're a little bit crazy.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I want my fairy tale ending.
Married at First Sight, streaming July 12th, only on Peacock.
Hello everybody and welcome back to my podcast, Esme's Country Life. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about exploring and looking for seals, as well as a little show update with my horse Joey where he made a big mistake. And I'm also going to be talking to you about how I've recently had to lie to my friends. But anyway, before we begin, I just want to say a huge thank you to the sponsor of the podcast, Red Post. Red Post is an equestrian country store based in the UK and they also ship all over the world. And guys, at the moment, I feel like the flies, they are in full force. So at the moment, my horses, they're wearing their fly masks, they're wearing their fly rugs, Joey actually has some fly boots. So I sometimes find some of my horses, they get like I don't know what it is. It's just some of them, not all of them, but the flies really go on their legs. Also fly gel. So Mimi, she is not the biggest fan of the fly spray. Sometimes she's still getting used to it. She's a bit of a baby, so she's getting that trust. But we actually use like fly gel on her, so you can get like a little gel in a tub and you can wipe it on their face, especially in kind of more sensitive areas. So that's a little pro tip, and all of that you can get from Red Post. So go and check them out at redpostequestrian.co.uk. Anyway, let's get into today's podcast episode where I thought we would start off talking about exploring for seals. So if you didn't know, I live by the seaside, very, very lucky. It's not too far away. So the other evening, it was a lovely evening. I mean, it's been that sort of weather recently where it's been really hot during the day where you kind of can't really do anything in the day because it's too hot. I don't know, like, people always like, summer's the best, like, in the winter, you're just in all the time. No, I feel like I'm in all the time in the summer at the moment, because it's hot, the flies. Anyway, I know I shouldn't complain, because soon it will be the mud season again, and it'll be the rainy season, and we just have rain and grey clouds and everything in England, but I'm not designed for the heat. As I've said in previous podcasts, it's been very warm. I feel like us British people, we're just never happy with the weather. But anyway, what it does mean though is in the evenings the temperature is beautiful. It is lovely. Like it's nice enough where you can wear a t-shirt but you're not super sweating. Anyway, so my friend and I, we thought, you know what? Let's go to the seaside one evening and go for a nice little Fosse dog walk. So we took Fosse for a walk, and actually at this kind of harbour, whenever I go, one of my favourite things is spotting seals, and we managed to find not one but 2 seals, which I was obviously very excited about. Anybody knows me, I love animals, I love anything like wildlife, nature, so we actually saw this one seal, and as we were walking like through the marina and the harbour out to kind of where the promenade is on the beach, we were walking along, and the seal was swimming along with us. It basically was going along with us the whole time. So that was very, very cute. We also saw one that was just, chilling in the harbour. That one didn't follow us, unfortunately. But the other one did. But also, whenever I go to the harbour, I always find it so funny when I'm with Fosse Dog, because Fosse Dog is very much a country dog, and I haven't actually taken him to a town or a city in a little bit, because obviously when he was really young, obviously had all his vaccinations and things, I was very good at socialising him, making sure that he was used to going in cafes, restaurants, obviously dog-friendly ones, shops. Actually, there's a lot of like really nice dog-friendly shops and cafes where we are, so we're very lucky. But yeah, made sure that I took him to lots of like towns and cities where it was a bit busier, just while he was young, so he would get used to, being out and about, and it wasn't like a big, exciting, scary thing. So yes, he is used to being in towns and cities, but what I didn't realise is a lot of the towns and cities that I've been to have like little verge grass area. So this is some context to the story, don't worry. Or like there's little flower beds or that kind of thing. So at the marina, it is literally just concrete a fence, and then obviously the harbour, the boats, the sea. So Fosse dog is not going to be going in there. So we're literally just on like this concrete kind of promenade, and we were walking along. Now Fosse dog, he is obviously a boy dog, but he's also a sight hound / whippet. So sometimes Fosse dog likes to wee like a girl. Every now and again. I'd say most of the time he does wee like a boy, especially if, you know, and lifts his leg up if there's a wall or grass or that kind of thing. But so every now and again, I always find his first wee of the day. I feel like this is such like a dog owner thing to talk about your dog going to the toilet, or like such a country thing. But anyway, first wee of the day. Sometimes he has a bit of a stretch, wees like a girl. That's fine. We don't judge. But the issue is because there was no grass, and Fosse dog has been trained that I go to the toilet on grass, because obviously country bumpkin, when we're normally walking, there's either a grass verge or there's actually my country lane, there's literal grass growing in the middle of the road. That is how off the kind of beaten track it is, middle of nowhere. Or we're on like footpaths or walking across fields or that kind of thing. So, and again, it'd been a little while since I'd taken him to like a town or a city. And we're walking along, and poor Fosse dog, he normally, if he needs the toilet when we're, you know, out and about, he does like a little noise, and he's like, girl, you need to take me to some grass so I can go for a wee. But he, bless him, he just stopped, weed like a girl, and just weed on the concrete. And he was just standing there, and he was looking at me, and he was like, I know this isn't naughty, but I also know it's not right. And he was doing like the proper big puppy dog eyes, look at me, being like, it's all splashing on me, I don't like it. It was like, he obviously is just not used to weeing on concrete, bless him. He was so confused. But no, he was a good boy. He had so much fun. He always has fun there because there's a lot of people that walk their dogs up and down the promenade. So obviously a lot of doggy smells, he was, oh my gosh, he was so tired on the way home. He literally just slept in the car on the way back. It was so cute. But anyway, that was a very, very lovely evening, just catching up with my friend. So this is your, oh my gosh, all the emails coming through. I'm so sorry. I'm normally very good at putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. There we go. Didn't do that today. Oh, it's a Monday. I feel like Monday morning or Monday afternoon, all of the, like, everyone's catching up on their admin over the weekend. So I just feel like my phone is just like, bing.
This summer, Prime Video takes you back before Legally Blonde, before law school, and into the world of Elle Woods in high school. Set in 1995, this Gemini vegetarian knows exactly who she is until her family moves from Bel Air to Seattle. Packed with iconic fashion, 90s nostalgia, and a throwback soundtrack, Elle proves one thing. Law school was hard. High school was harder. From the world of Legally Blonde, watch Elle, a new original series only on Prime Video. Watch now.
If you've ever blasted synth beats from your boombox or burned CDs for your besties, this one's for you. As people get older, much like their music tastes, their health needs change. AG1 is the simple daily health drink designed to deliver over 75 essential daily nutrients and pre- and probiotics to support energy, digestion, and mood, so you can make the most out of every decade and dance break. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
Bing, bing, bing. Here's all your work for the week. Here's all your things you need to organise. So anyway, we managed to spot some seals, but poor Fosse dog, he was a little confused. Let me know in the comments, guys. Has anyone else got like a country dog that they've had that issue with? Because I didn't know what else to do. I probably should have been like, look, there's a wall. You can go against the wall. He has done that before, but he's still building up his wall experience. Anyway, potty training dogs. Anyway, moving on. Next up, I thought I would do a little update on what I've been up to with my horse Joey, because some of you might know we have recently joined British Dressage. We had our second British Dressage show the other week. It was actually postponed because it was absolutely boiling hot heat waves, so it was postponed to the week after, which was nice because actually that day it rained, so it went from one extreme to another, went in a heat wave, and then while I was plaiting Joey up, it was absolutely tipping it down, so I did plait him in his stable. And I tell you what, I think I do don't get me wrong, in my heart I'm more of a show jumper because I don't have to plait. Like, my plaiting skills are improving very marginally, but they are improving. I'm getting quicker. maybe the plats don't look better, but I'm definitely speedier, and my hands are less like crampy after I've platted them. But I do think it's quite a nice thing, like platting a horse before you go and show, because then Joey kind of knows. It's like a nice little mental preparation for him. He's like, oh, she's doing my mane. That means we're going out to a party or we're going out to a show, and I don't know. I kind of, it's like a nice like it's nice and calming and satisfying as well. So if I'm a little bit nervous, I kind of like I have my show routine sorted now, guys, which is good. But anyway, yes, had our second British dressage show with him, which was incredible because, guys, we have managed to qualify for the summer area summer area festival. I think that, yeah, the British Dressage Summer Area Festival. That's it, I'm pretty sure. Again, still new to the dressage life, but to have qualified, only our second show. Guys, I'm so proud of Joey. It was so good. So yeah, if you don't know much about dressage or British dressage, this again is a whole little new world for me. I was going to say it's quite easy to qualify, not really, but you have to get over 62% in 4 tests. So we did 2 tests on my first one and then 2 tests on my second one. Both of them, we managed to get over 62% on all of them. So we've managed to qualify. The only downside is, guys, I won't actually be able to go to the Summer Area Festival, which is very sad because I will be in Aachen. But you know what? I'm so excited for Aachen, so I can't complain. So yeah, hopefully next year we can try and qualify again. Or there's also the winter one as well. So we'll try and qualify for the winter one. But just to be able to, qualify. So proud of Joey. And also, yeah, again, we've only done 2 British dressage shows, so to be able to go and do areas straight after that, I'd quite like to maybe get some more show and competition experience under my belt anyway. But yes, so excited for Aachen. If you didn't know, I'm going to be doing all of the English speaking social media at the I keep wanting to call it the World Equestrian Games because that's what it's used to be called. It's the World Championships, the FEI World Championships, there we go, that's the lingo, but it's at Aachen, so I'll be returning this August. Super excited for that, so keep your eyes peeled on socials for all of that. I'll tell you what, while we're on Aachen, I'll do a little mini news flash. So I actually also will be at Horse of the Year show this year as well. I'm going to be there on the Saturday. More information on my website, thisesme.com, about future meet and greets, all of the shows that I'm going to, and public appearances and things where you can come and meet me. But anyway, back to my show with Joey, because we both actually made very big mistakes. So in the warm-up, Joey was feeling incredible, best he's ever felt, so proud of him. Go into the arena. Now, I could tell Joey needed to go to the toilet. I'm sorry, we're really talking about animals going to the toilet in today's podcast episode. I was going to say normally we don't do that, but I feel like that is like quite a current trend with the podcast, so I apologise. But when you live in that country life and you work with animals, these are the sort of stories that you end up having. So anyway, went into the ring, went and presented to the judge, started walking away from the judge, and I could just tell, his tail was lifting up a little bit more, and he kind of was reluctant to move forward, not in like a spooky way. It was like I think I need to go to the toilet. So I stopped, waited, nothing happened. I was like, Joey, are you, pulling my leg here? Are you having me on? Do you actually need the toilet or not? Do you know what he did? He was like, oh, I do need the toilet, but I'm going to save it. That, or because it was near the entrance of the ring, he had like stage fright and was like, I can't, take a dump right next to where everyone is watching me. He was like, no, I can't do it here. So do you know where Joey decided to go to the toilet? I was trotting down my centre line. Also, for some context here, guys, Joey, he technically could. Because technically horses in the wild, they can, take a dump while galloping, okay? Mimi's done it over a jump, but Joey, he has to be stationary. When he's taking a dump, he's like a proper boy about it. He's like, no, I'm going to take my time, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to, get it out. Do you know where he did it? Literally just as I started going down the centre line. It was like so annoying because it was like maybe halfway through, it was like, but it was literally, we'd maybe got all 4 hooves into the arena, and then he just suddenly stopped and was like, sorry, I need a poo. I was like, Joey, come on, mate. Come on. Out of all the times, you really picked your moment. I even gave you some time to think about it and go. But no, that was the place. He obviously just like could not hold it. So anyway, I had to like put my little hand up and be like, I am sorry, he is pooing. So there we go. So yeah, even the judge on my test was like, such a shame that he needed to go right at the beginning of your test, because I'm not gonna lie, it messed up the flow. You know, when you go down the centre line, your head, you're locked in, you got your test, you're ready to go, brain engaged, boom. No, the vibes were lost, guys. I had to really like gather myself up. I was like, Joe, we need to get back in the zone. We need to get back in the zone. We need to say our mantra in our little head. But I'm actually quite proud of how well I like picked ourselves back up, because that is one thing with dressage or just like riding in general when you're competing. It is so easy if you make one mistake to then like after that it's so easy to make another one. So you really have to like get your head back in the game, be like, okay, got to recover from this. We might have messed up. We might have had like a dodgy transition, or if you're show jumping, you might have had a pole or something like that. You've got to get yourself back into your happy place, get yourself back into the zone, and carry on like it's been perfect before. That is like my best advice when it comes to competing. So actually, managed to get him back, managed to get some lovely movements out of him. But because of that, I had a little bit of a wobbly. And guys, I will hold my hands up high here. There was one part of the test that I accidentally missed out. Okay, it happens to the best of us. It was also my first time running through this test in a proper sized arena, because it was, if you didn't know, at home we have a short dressage arena, and this test that we did was in a long dressage arena, and because of the heat wave we weren't able to go and do an arena hire, because nobody would want me to come and hire their arena at 5 a.m. because that's when I've been riding my horses because of the heat wave. So I did miss a bit out. In my defense, I'm dyslexic and I've never ridden it in a proper sized arena before, but still, I should have learned it better. So it can happen to all of us. I maybe missed out on like a few points because of that, but if you do mess up your test, guys, don't worry. You're not eliminated unless you obviously like leave the arena or like you fall off. But you're all good. So if you make a silly mistake and forget your test, don't worry. I've done it. Loads of people have done it. I bet Lottie Fry has probably forgotten a test at least once in her life, you know. So anyway, there we go. So yeah, this first test I did was not as good. I was like a little bit like, because obviously this is only my second time doing 2 tests. I'm still in the like, is the first test normally my better test, or is the second test my better test? Because the first time I did it, the second one wasn't as good, and I think that's because where Joey was like a little bit tired by the second one. But actually this time I gave him a little bit less of a warm-up, and he actually did better in the second test. I think that's because the first one had a bit of competition nerves. Obviously Joey had some competition nerves because he decided to, you know, go to the toilet halfway through, or right at the beginning actually. So the second one, we were a little bit more head in the game, a little bit more prepared, but hey, still got our over 62%, so happy days. Obviously made a recovery, but anyway, there we go. That's my little dressage update for you all. So well done, Joey. Very, very proud of him. I was looking at all the dates. I am not gonna do any more dressage shows with Joey for a little while actually, because I'm gonna be obviously busy in Aachen in August, and then I can't make the date for the normal like July one. So guys, we're gonna have a little break from dressage. Well, obviously I'm still gonna be training with my instructor, doing lots of dressage with Joey at home, but it's gonna be, if you're wondering why, girl, you haven't competed in a little while, that's why. She's busy. It's a busy summer show season coming up for me, so I'm gonna be doing lots of other stuff. Also, I'm hopefully at some stage going to be taking my horse Mimi out jumping. I think it'd be nice to do like a little clear round to start with. I think that would be like a nice thing to do with her. And then, yeah, we will see. Start doing some proper show jumping maybe. Anyway, next up, I thought we would do comment of the week, because I am been quite bad recently at doing comment of the week right at the end of the podcast, so I feel like I need to do it more in the middle. So we're gonna do a live comment of the week, guys. Sometimes I pre-pick the comments, sometimes I like to, you know, just see live, have a little live reaction. So this person's got a really interesting username. This is from Tater Tot. Tater Tot says, Esme, I think Duke is my spirit animal because we both love the rain and are very food orientated. Lol. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, Duke, He loves the rain. He's not been happy during the heat wave, guys. He is not built for the heat. He's Welsh. He's used to the rain. He loves it. So anyway, this next one, you guys have got some interesting usernames. It's really fun. This is on Spotify, by the way. So yeah, cheers to Spotify. They host the podcast. If you want to see the video version, you can watch the video version on Spotify or on YouTube, so you can see what I look like. But if you're an audio listener, I'm actually wearing a red top right now, which is not quite. Is this like a fancier top? It arrived in the post like a couple of hours ago because I've got an obsession with Vinted. At the moment, guys, it's my new obsession. I'm trying to build up my wardrobe of like posh smart clothes for obviously doing all my presenting and things in Aachen. And yeah, red I do think is one of my colours, you know. On like a shade colour wheel palette thing, red is definitely one. I think it goes with the blonde hair quite nicely. But do you know what I really want to do? I want to do one of those colour analysis kind of things and see what colours suit me best, and then maybe match them up to the Lumia colours and see which Lumia colours suit me best. I feel like that would be really fun. I don't think that would be like the most interesting video, but maybe just for myself, I think I would love to do one of those things. So wonder if I'll have to do some research, see if I can find, although part of those things I'm like, is how much of a difference does it really make? And also, imagine how sad it would be if they picked all of my like least favourite, not that, I don't really think I have a least favourite colour. I don't know. I like most colours, really. I go through different phases of different things, but yeah, I really like pastel colours, and if I don't suit pastel colours, that's going to be really sad. But they do say you have to find your celebrity lookalike and look up their red carpet photos and see what their stylists have put them in, and then they're the colours that should suit you. And a lot of people say I look like Elle Fanning, who plays Aurora in Maleficent. So that's what I do. I look at her red carpet photos and see what her stylists put her in, and I'm like, yeah, perfect, that should suit me. So that's a little life hack for you guys. So anyway, next comment. I really went off topic there. All right, this next one is from Monkey Moo. That was it. I was talking about interesting Spotify usernames. To be fair, my Spotify username that I use on my like personal account, where I put all my playlists that are all on private in case anybody finds them, because I feel like you're really revealing what your actual like music taste is. I feel like that's quite a personal thing, you know. I feel like I'll be heavily judged by most people what music I listen to, because I always say like all music is my music. I have like lots of very different genres and playlists and that kind of thing. But anyway, Monkey Moo says, hey Esme, right round the corner of where we live there was a horse abandoned. Oh my goodness. Luckily World Horse Welfare got involved, but the poor guy is so skinny and looked so sorry for himself. Oh bless him. He hasn't been able to be moved as all the shelters are full. Oh my gosh. I hope that he gets looked after well and finds a new home. Me and my sister love the podcast, and last week my comment wouldn't send. Oh no. So I really hope it does. This is such an important topic. Lots of love, Harriet, brackets, and a special mention to my sister Annabelle, and then I read love her. Aww. So yeah, no, that's really sad. The poor little guy. Hopefully there's lots of different, like, I know that World Horse Welfare, when their kind of shelters or stables or rehoming centres are full, I know that often they get in contact with other kind of horse welfare sanctuaries or like the RSPCA, so hopefully he will get the love and care that he needs, and hopefully get rehomed and find his forever home. But bless him, poor little guy, been abandoned. It's like Duke, he was abandoned. That's his like story, which is, you know, very sad. Okay, we have, I'm just gonna go, I'm really enjoying all of the that one was on surviving the heat wave. I really enjoyed doing comment of the week because you guys always come up with like so many interesting stories. Okay, this one is from Daisy the Mayor. I feel like we've had Daisy the Mayor before, but this Davide, it's another petition for you to be on the podcast. It says we want Davide, we need Davide, sign the petition here if you want to start an army. Oh my gosh, Davide, they're starting an army. Are you scared?
This summer, serve up the Cookout Classics, Heinz Ketchup, and Kraft Singles. Every good burger needs a layer of perfectly melty cheese and thick, rich ketchup. We all know it's not a cookout without Heinz and Kraft.
If we knew more about our sleep, what would we do differently? Would we go to bed at a consistent time or take steps to reduce interruptions to our sleep? With Sleep Score, Apple Watch measures your bedtime consistency, interruptions, and sleep duration Then, every morning it combines these factors into an easy-to-understand score from 1 to 100. So you'll know how to take the quality of your sleep from okay to very high. Know your sleep score with Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
They also say, I just came in from playing football with my dog. Yes, actual football. Wow, that's impressive. Maybe I need to teach Fosse how to play football, but I feel like he would run away with the ball and then not give it back. That's his like fun game. I've taught her to kick and push the ball. Oh my gosh, so your dog actually uses its legs to push the ball. That's amazing. I feel like Fosse's legs are too skinny and spindly to push a ball, being a sight hound or part greyhound. So I feel like he would have to do like nose football, where he'd like have to carry it around with his little snoot. But actually, guys, it's not too long until Fosse turns 1, which means we can start doing dog sports with him. So I am so excited. So keep your eyes peeled for Fosse trying lots of different dog sports. I feel like agility and flyball will probably be the ones that he'll like the most. Maybe some canicross. We'll do some running together. It just depends on my knee. I really enjoy running, but every now and again, like my knee just packs up and I don't want to, have to have a knee replacement when I'm old. So anyway, Daisy Mare also says, so nice coming into a new episode of the pod. Oh, thank you. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for all of the comments for comment of the week. Again, there are literally thousands of them, so I always feel really bad when I can't pick everyone's comments, but I normally pick the ones that come up at the top because that's normally the ones that you guys have chatted about or interacted with or that kind of thing. So very fun. But anyway, next up, I'm going to be telling you, I actually felt really bad saying this in the intro of the podcast because I don't want people to think I'm like a bad person, because I said I've had to lie to my friends, which obviously sounds absolutely awful, but guys, there was a reason. Actually, there were two reasons why I had to lie to my friends. First one was just the singular friend. One of my friends is getting married, which is very exciting. So last weekend I went on my first ever hen do, so that was fun. So obviously had to lie to her because we were not allowed to tell her what she was doing, where we were going. Just putting it out there, guys, it was a very tame hen do. Like, some people hear hen do and they're like, whoa, Esme, what have you been up to? What have you been doing? Like, when I tell you, my friendship group and my friends are very similar to me in the sense where we're country bumpkins who are not go out partying kind of people, but we did go to London, so that was very cool. But yeah, like literally I am that person where I'm very good at keeping a secret if I need to keep a secret, like again, like boundaries and that kind of thing. If you give me personal information, don't worry, girl, like I got you. I'm not spreading gossip or anything like that. But also knowing me, I was like, I need to really remind myself the whole like time we were on the train, because I didn't know if she'd knew yet what we were doing actually in London. Obviously, when we got to the train station, she was like, we're going to London, aren't we? And we were like, yeah. So anyway, but no, luckily we did tell her on the train where we were actually going and what we were doing. So some of you who are regular listeners of the podcast will know I was gonna say a few months back, but I think it was like back in November. I remember, yeah, it was back in November, because I hadn't had Fosse dog very long and it was my first time proper leaving him. I was invited by Instagram or Meta to go and do the Traitors Live experience, which was so much fun. Obviously did it with all the Instagram gang, which was good fun, but this time I got to do it with some of my best friends, which arguably was more fun, because obviously I know all of my friends' personalities, I know what they're like. Obviously when I did it with Instagram, there were some people that I knew from like previous times, but obviously like they're friends that you kind of know that you've kind of like met a few times, but obviously like it's not the sort of friendship where you know what their mum's name is, do you know what I mean? Like but also, and then there were some people that I'd only seen on like, you know, Instagram but never actually met in real life. Like I had to play a Traitors game, and then there was some people that I didn't have a Scooby-Doo who they were. So to be able to play it with all of my friends was so much fun. If you're having a big party, would recommend try and have a big group, because it can be quite spenny. But if you have enough people, obviously you split the cost. I think we had I think the minimum amount of people you need is 10, and then the maximum is 14. But oh my gosh, it was such good vibes, because obviously group of girls, we all get along really well. everyone was really lovely, but also we know each other's personalities. So if you don't know what The Traitors Live is, or The Traitors, there's basically a show in the UK called The Traitors. It's a little bit like Among Us, where somebody's the imposter or the traitor, or a little bit like I don't know, you know, those sort of games where somebody does the I've got to be really careful with the podcast saying words that aren't going to shadow ban the podcast or like get us demonetized. You have to take somebody out. There we go. That will be what I say. So anyway, we'll go in. You get like a little iPad at the beginning and put your name in and say if you want to be a traitor or not. Obviously, I put that I want to be a traitor, because that's like the most fun part of the game. So last time I was a faithful and I got voted out because everyone thought I was really suspicious because I was like loud and chatty, and I thought if I'm not loud and chatty, people are going to be suspicious. So double-edged sword. Anyway, this time around I knew that people were going to be maybe a bit suspicious of me because I'd played the game before. I'd been to this bit in London before. I knew how it went, but because I was like, oh, is it going to be a little bit boring because I've literally done all the challenges before? But we got put in a different room. So all of the challenges that we did in the first one were completely different. So I was like, oh my gosh, everyone's going to think I'm a traitor because I'm not going to be able, because the first one was the only one that was the same as the first one. And I thought, oh my gosh, I actually can't remember how to do this. If we don't get this, everyone's going to think I'm like the traitor or the saboteur that's like made it so we failed the challenge, when actually I'm just, you know, having a bit of a blonde moment where I literally can't remember because it was like months ago. But no, luckily, first challenge, I did actually remember, managed to get that. Boom. One of the quickest teams to do it. It's a bit like if you've done an escape room before, though. Like, I feel like if you the second time around, it's never as fun because like all the first tasks you kind of remember. Anyway, so then first night, don't get selected as a traitor. So sad. I was like, oh, I really wanted to be a traitor, but my friend next to me, she is a traitor. And she gets to pick who wants to be her fellow traitor in crime. Who does she pick? Me. So I was so excited that I got to be a traitor. And we were like, okay, we were like, we need to be sneaky about this because we were like, we don't want to be mean. So we can't, you know, take out the hen because it is her hen do. And, for like Americans that are listening, a hen do is like a bachelorette, but we call it a hen do in the UK just for some context. If you're thinking like, what is she talking about with like chickens or that kind of thing? I actually, the hen actually has chickens, and I actually forgot that a hen do is called a hen do, and I thought it was for half a second to do because she had chickens anyway, because the group chat was like something hen in it. Anyway, moving on. So I ended up being a traitor, and I was like, I can't be too suspicious. I think I was so much calmer the second time around. The first time when I played it with strangers, I was really nervous because I didn't really know how it was going to play out. But second time around, I was so confident, guys. I was like, I know how this works. I know how to play the game. Brilliant. So I am not very good at lying. If you didn't know this, I cannot lie, which, subtle foreshadowing, this is why I got voted out. Near the end though, I'm gonna pat myself on the back here, I actually did a pretty good job. So my friend and I, what we would do is, the person who got the least amount of votes, or got no votes at all, of people thinking that they were a traitor, we would take them out, because we were like, what's the point having them around? We want somebody else, you know, that's gonna be voted out as a traitor. Anyway, so, but we were quite sneaky because we were sat next to each other. We would make sure, it's a bit like the weakest link, and like you all write down on your whiteboard who you want to vote out. We would make sure that we would write the same person's name down to get them out so they wouldn't choose us. And then I saw my other friend next to me, I did a little sneaky look. She put my name down, so I was like, we need to vote her out. We need to get her out. So, guys, I was so good. I was, one of my friends who's a little bit quieter, she started like really speaking up and being really defensive. And I was like, oh, you're normally a little bit more quiet. Why are you being all defensive? And then everyone was like, yeah, that seems really suspicious. When little did they know, guys, I was the traitor. But do you know how I got voted out? So sad. The hen went round and she said, okay, I need to look in everyone's eyes and them to look in my eyes and tell me I'm a faithful. And that's where I lost it. I cannot look at someone in the eyes and lie. I couldn't do it. So when I said it, everyone was like, that was awful, Esme. That was awful, what? That, you're definitely a traitor. And then I got completely voted out, which was really sad. So anyway, I would say that's a green flag because it means that I don't lie. So there we go. But also, you know, I'd say I was, you know, pretty good at second time around, had that experience, had that confidence. So anyway, Traitors Live, 10 out of 10, great fun. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to finish off today's podcast episode there. I really hope you enjoyed listening to what I got up to this week, my weird and wonderful stories. I just want to say a huge thank you to Red Post as well for sponsoring the podcast, and I'll see you all next Wednesday for a midweek mini pod or podlet. Bye.
Every act of change begins with a neighbor, with someone saying,
"We take care of each other here."
In food banks and food pantries, neighbors pack fresh food and dignity into every box, moving food from farms to families through Feeding America's nationwide network. So when that box reaches a home, it carries more than food. It carries a promise that together we can end hunger. Feeding America, led by neighbors. Give now to end hunger at feedingamerica.org.